Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Brad.
And I'm John.
And we're the Posh Kings.
We wanted to pop on for a few minutes to talk about something that there's been a lot of chat about within the community, in the Poshmark community specifically, about a new change that Poshmark has made as a default feature for relevance regard when you are searching
for an item
to shop for something. It was really kind of interesting. Brad did a little test, which I'm sure a lot of you probably have done, but he's going to talk about it. And then I'm going to discuss something that I found, which was really quite interesting.
So I'm sure, again, like John said, most of you have tested this theory. So we've shared specific items of specific categories, of specific genres.
Tongue twister.
Tongue twister. I'll never try to say it again. We shared those items and went right to shop and searched those things. Because of relevance, our items were not near the top. They were more down.
Buried.
They were like really buried underneath a lot of items that either have been shared in hours, a day, or even more. So, and in the middle of all that pile, you would see a couple people that just shared their item, but our items were always down very, very low after just sharing it. Usually the default used to be just shared. So anything that was, being shared at the moment was always at the top of the feed.
Yeah. And also, let me say, these are kind of our findings.
Yes.
We won't say that they're, law, but it's really kind of interesting. And I think because everybody's trying to figure out or understand what's going on. So we are avid, and I have to say this because it makes sense to what I'm getting ready to go into. Avid collectors of Versace homewares, vases or, pillows or, fluffy stuff. Typically, every day, we go and we search the items that have just arrived or the items that have been reduced within the Versace home section and just see what's going on and if there's anything that catches our eye. The past few days, we haven't, because we've been busy with some other projects and so forth and so on. However, today we're, relaxing and decided to do so. And typically, when we search Versace home, I would say on any given day, maybe 300 items pop up. It's a very kind of specific, and that's the reason why I think we have figured something out. It's a very, very specific field or product, especially in the homewares. It's not necessarily in the garments or accessories.
It's not a broad, general category.
Right.
It's a specific category with brand.
Yeah, normally it's not inundated with listings.
Right.
So we breeze through it very quickly to see if there are any changes or something we're interested in buying. So today, as I had mentioned, normally there are about 300 listings. There were well over 3,000. And it was really kind of crazy because all of these things were options. First, let me say is that we had recently just shared our closet a few minutes before and shared, because we have a lot of Versace things that we have for sale too, homewares. And ours were buried really deep underneath of people that haven't shared sometimes in up to a month. Which is a little concerning.
Well, because the object is for us to keep sharing our merchandise so it goes to the top of the feed.
The Poshmark, method has always been, it kind of rewards people, like most apps do, but in different ways. But in the Poshmark way, it rewards people
who put more work in,
who are very active in the closet, and they share and so forth and so on. So their items get more visibility, which obviously increases when someone is searching, a client is searching, it increases your probability of making a sale because your items are seen first. What was also kind of interesting is, because it's quote-unquote relevance, but what is relevance now based on?
That's what I think everybody's trying to figure out. Like, what does that even mean? Because it's not even suggested or something like that. The category is, it's relevance.
Yeah. So this is
interesting.
One example. So mind you, as I had mentioned, just a second ago, our items were buried. And this was something that was close to the top of the search. So as an example, one of the items that we found I'm going to not tell what the closet is. It is a set of wine glasses with
The Versace Medusa.
the Versace Medusa head. They're not authentic glasses, but nevertheless. So with this particular listing, it says the title is Medusa wine glasses. Then it talks about, their stemless, or the size, so forth and so on. It's also not listed as any particular brand.
They didn't actually brand it.
What it seems is, obviously they're pulling, it almost kind of throws SEO titles out of the water to even matter that it gets you to a top of a search, or, if a client is using certain terms to find something and to find your items, our items, and so forth and so on. Also, it's just kind of pulling, I guess, that they feel Medusa, which obviously, Versace, should pull into the search feed.
Yeah. By relevance.
An item by relevance that's not even labeled by brand as Versace.
It's not even an actual real Versace.
It's not an authentic item.
Right. And by the way, real fast, if I may, when we shared our Versace China, our stuff went below this.
Below.
And this hasn't been shared
in a month.
So it shows that our stuff got buried by relevance, which doesn't make any sense.
Which, as we all know, especially with fairly new sellers, so forth and so on, they may not always change the search.
Yeah.
They just kind of go on, put in,
Versace China, and then that'll pop up first.
Whatever it may be. And
unlike before, when if you did that, it was just shared, and then you can maybe then find out a different category of just in, price low to high, etc.
So I can understand possibly this being a one of the, the drop down of things that you can choose in order to use while shopping. And that's great, because truthfully, I saw 2,700 items that I haven't seen in months. You only saw the roughly 300 items, every day, or whatever the few items that were added to the list or new listings. Kind of the thought is with this, and look, we love Poshmark. It is our mainstay. We love the community. We love all that stuff. But I don't think this, as being the default, is in the best interest of real sellers, active sellers.
And that's what, by real sellers, he means people that are actively sharing their closets. People who are
as opposed to people that list things and kind of list it and forget it and
then disappear for a month or 2 weeks.
I didn't mean real sellers in a bad way.
Our disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
When we share our items a lot, just like most of you guys do.
Sure. We want to sell, so do
that should be at the top of the search feed. If somebody's searching, let's say, Free People Top, if I just share Free People Top, I would want my item to be at the top of the page. Sadly, I think this is going to work against us.
Yeah. Honestly, and look, this is just based on our findings. So
our theory only. Disclaimer
you may find
again.
Something else, and if you do, we'd love to hear about
Please,
it.
Please DM us with some of your thoughts.
I don't think overall, currently in its form, it's in the best interest of sellers. There's so many people that really work hard to promote their closets, sell the items they have, make an income. I don't know if this is really helping. In fact, I think it's hurting. And just because it can be there, but it doesn't need to be the default.
Right.
The default changes the whole game. And well, we all want to be on the top of the search feed. That was the Poshmark way, share and you get visibility. I think this kind of takes most of that away.
I agree.
And, who knows? Maybe they'll adapt it and change it. Poshmark often releases features and they see how they work and, if it's really going, and they adapt it. So, again, this is based on our findings.
Yes.
For whatever it's worth, that's kind of our story. We thought we'd share it with you.
If you guys have any thoughts, leave some, of your thoughts down in the comments below, or even just DM us on Instagram, and we can always address it maybe in a follow-up video on this topic, because we have some people coming to us now saying,
a lot of people are asking our thoughts,
and they're saying, why are my sales slow? Is it because of the new search feature? most new people, like John just said, they won't switch it to just in, just shared. They'll just keep it wherever it is on the category. So,
yeah. And again, this is just our findings, and maybe other people have a different view on it.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us need, if we're working hard to have our listings or our products buried below
Right.
someone who hasn't shared their items or taken action in over a month.
totally agree.
That's just kind of my thinking on it.
So, again, let us know your
Let
thoughts.
us know your thoughts. Make them nice, though. Please. It's been a long day.
It has been a long day.
Yeah, but a good day. All right, everybody.
Listen,
Thank
we
you
love
so
you.
much.
Make sure you subscribe to our channel, like, comment, give us all love back. It'll be in the next slide. Just click on our icon, our little round icon, and subscribe to our channel.
Be well,
We love you
everybody.
all.
Take care.
Have a good one.